on EA Sports, coming to you now from the foot of the Rockies in Denver, Colorado. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
And off we go from Denver. This will make it into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll toss it out to Carson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Big article in the paper this morning talking about how they wanted to get chunk plays in the run game. Well, early on, there's a good one.
There is, and for guys on defense, they've got to remember the old adage. You've got to meet force with force, and if you don't, you get run over, as they did on that last play.
On 1st down, it's Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 more there and another 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Chris Carson.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. That 2nd down run a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have two. Remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They run the counter. Carson. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Set him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And boy, again, they won't get this off in time. So that'll back them up 5. Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Flush to his right. Airing it out for Olsen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Greg Olsen was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm. But sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out of him, away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
They'll take over.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 2nd down, it's Carson, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. A gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. They're looking at a 3rd and a yard to start things out. This is Carson. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. They run for it with Carson. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Noah Fant there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. Wilson throwing quickly out to Lockett. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, Will being chased out left. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
We're all still valiantly searching for the so-called book, right, that tells us what to do in every situation. Everyone kind of knows what it says, but it's never really been written down anywhere. He violated every code on that one, didn't he? Decided to go for it right there.
Oh, yeah, your side of the field, this stage of the game, you're supposed to punt the football. He said, who cares? I'm going to light the book on fire.
Yeah, analytics, everyone else, be warned, he's coming for you.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Seahawks, 1st down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Will Disley, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On second down now. It's Carson, and he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Myers able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
For Seattle.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. This will be caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos push further out in front. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
The throw over the middle, taken in. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. Dancing to his left. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down. Wilson will throw again. And incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Spencer. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts.
1st and 10 at the
as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Lock now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Spencer. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Taken about 7 yards deep. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start things with a handoff to Lindsey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down by Bobby.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Block working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Shotgun snap to Locke. He's got his tight end fan. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
The 44-yard line.
Locke on the give. It's Lindsey. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
The tackle made.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Rippon, screen pass to Lindsey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They will throw on 3rd down with Rippon. He'll fire one downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, 54 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver. To throw again. Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Returning it, here's Spencer. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, Winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
Yeah, it's helped them extend their lead. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Drew Lock on. This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Denver Broncos.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
Here we go in a rematch of Super Bowl 48. The Seahawks and Broncos are underway. This will make it into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
97's the mic. 97's the mic. I got one.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Loss of 7. Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 9-yard line.
Watch 36. 36 the mic.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. He's got a man complete. The 30, the 20.
They ain't ready for
All
it.
the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 91 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead.
Jason Myers for the extra point.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Locke. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Locke. That one into the hands of Hamilton. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
3-yard pickup.
Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Here we go on 4th down with Locke. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Now Locke again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
It's 2nd down.
After the sack on 1st down, Locke, and he's going to go down again. Bruce Irvin in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Locke. Forced out to his left. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
And he did everything he could there to try to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Let's get that ball, dude. Let's get that ball right here. March 43. March 43. Go down. Strip that ball.
Throwing again. Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Lock going to try and throw on third down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? Back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Hey, defense, let's go.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Here's Carson. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll run the screen with Carson. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And this is going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Locke. No escape from Locke, and he'll go down. Vincent Mayowa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
3rd and 15.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now Wilson on 1st down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
At the 19-yard line.
They run it with Carson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And that is incomplete here.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
At the 45-yard line.
Now it's Carson. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
The tackle made.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line.
1-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. On 1st down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Pick it up. 43 to right. Right left.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
You can fold it, you can stand firm. I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned. I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Operating from the flushed out right. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Johnson, and the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
First and 10.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. K.J. Hamler, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. He dumps it underneath here to Lindsey. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. That last catch winds up costing him 3, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd and 13. Locke working out of the gun. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this carries into the end zone, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And all the way. 75 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use. Yards end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
DJ Reed on the return. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
At the 48-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's the All-Pro Von Miller who came in to belt him behind the line. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You can see the thought process there. With his speed, they were hoping he could pop one. Instead, the coverage was good, and they forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. He's back to throw here to start the drive. Eluding the pressure right. He'll check that down to Carson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
33-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Carson.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Now Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Michael O.J. Mudia. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to Alberto. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap to Locke. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Wilson throwing quickly out to Lockett. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
All right, partner, I wasn't good enough to get this done, but I played with plenty of guys who did. When they spotted wide receiver screen and they got to the football fast and blew the whole thing up, the same result as we just saw usually happened. No gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
1st and 10.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They'll run here with Lindsey, and he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll go for it. It's Locke. He's got his tight end Fant. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant, 46 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7.
McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
He'll take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Back now in Seattle, Washington.
14.
It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. They'll run with Lindsey. And the Broncos are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
He was taken down.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown.
Denver.
Phillip Lindsey, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of
sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
10-10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing.
And now here is another interception. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Locke. Steps away to his left. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
First down, Denver.
Here's Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. The Broncos on 3rd down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll go again with Lindsey. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
3 yards. It's now 4th down.
They're going with Lindsey. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. A Seahawk first down as Wilson finds Lockett. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Wilson sacked.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Rashad Penny, and it's 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos.
You'll get nothing. And
that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Denver.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Set a
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
What? Bulletin!
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
And they will take a knee here. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Today's final score.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody. This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Denver Broncos.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Denver.
Here we go in a rematch of Super Bowl 48. The Seahawks and Broncos are underway. Fielded in the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And incomplete to open things up. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, that's complete into the hands of Carson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give him the first down.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Carson on the carry.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. For the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he finds a man, it's Olsen. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 2 veterans there, Wilson to Olsen for a Seattle first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And this one will be brought back to the 22. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Locke. That's complete. Okuebunam. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Third down.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he will have a Broncos first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Locke on target to Fant for a Bronco first down. Here's Locke to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again. Locke. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay. Complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Bruce Irvin able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. They do go for it. It's Locke. Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Here's Lindsay. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Locke working out of the gun. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsay. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
4 yards. First down.
On first down, right back to Lindsay. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
The Bronco ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Locke. He'll find Lindsay here. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Locke going to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lock. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 14-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
21-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just...
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Broncos will add on to their lead.
Extra point.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the gun, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
16
there at a 1st down again. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Oh, that was dangerous.
Wilson's
threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll try and run for it. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lock. Open man Hamler. That's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Lock. Being chased out left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lock. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So 3rd and long now for Lock and the Broncos following the sack. Operating from the gun. Lock. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. The Seahawks have David Moore back deep. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
To kick off for Seattle.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. second half starts with a run by Lindsey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Another run by Lindsey. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. He's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
Here we go on 4th down with Locke. He's got his tight end Fant. Past the 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, 66 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. A gutsy call, 4th and short. They go for it. Look at the result.
Yeah, not only did they go for it, they threw for it, because to me it was stacked up for a run situation, strength on strength, and they decided to put the ball in the air, and what a result. Big-time play.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker. Try
and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Flushed out right. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there, 1st down. From the gun, Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now Wilson on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Hey, check. 43. One flip. Easy. Check.
Throwing again. Wilson. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. On 3rd down, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This is Carson. And that'll move them a little little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll come out in the pistol. Second down and goal. Wilson, blitz coming, and down he goes. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
It's a loss of 8. Makes it 3rd and goal.
Operating from the gun. Wilson eluding the pressure right. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way a little bit.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
3-yard line.
That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. To throw it is Locke. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but now it's 3rd down.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Locke. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
But when you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. He'll go up top here for Hamler. He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
I think this is where you have to have the term situational football in your head, because this game is pretty much in the palm of your hand, and the one thing you can't afford to do, turn the ball over, now you've given the patient a little bit of a heartbeat, haven't you? And now they're feeling it, and they're back in this game.
Yeah, still a little bit of a lead, but that makes things more interesting. We're still just in the third quarter here. Extra point up and through by Myers. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing his lock on third down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
At their own 18-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it?
At the 25-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on second down. Wilson flush to his right. And boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Now they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf. 70 yards. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Myers connects on the PAT, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Block on the give. It's Lindsey. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Gain of 2 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Wilson not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Draw play. This is Carson. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're still. From the shotgun, Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain.
It's 4th down.
19.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. from the gun. Lock. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And the Broncos first down.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Throwing on first down is Locke. This is Hamler on the receiving end.
Locke's pass.
A gain of 6 there on first.
J.J. Hamler. It's a pickup of 6.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
1-yard line.
Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey, boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Bradley Chubb in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
So another big shot dodge there defensively. Now they're just 1 more incompletion away from salting away this victory, and I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down. Where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8. Today's final score.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.